Discipline, in my opinion, will last forever. Motivation can only last for so long.
What's up guys and welcome. You're watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with 4 weeks out physique update of Goodvito. This is gonna be his pro debut. A debut that we have all been waiting for almost 2 years now. Because this guy turned pro back in 2021. So I have to say easily the best picture posted by him since he turned pro. He looks mind-blowingly good here. So I don't know why people have shifted their whole entire focus. Some of the comments left by guys here are just ridiculous. Especially that front double feet comment. That really took me by surprise. But jokes aside, this is a very impressive front double bicep. And it is as impressive as they come. And I have to say this is an insane look for 4 weeks out of the show. He is looking diced, shredded, and he's showcasing a lot of detail here. So the question is it too early to say he's gonna give Rafael Brandao a serious run for his money? Yes, 100% absolutely it is too early. Because he hasn't been tested against any pro, let alone against a guy who just placed top 3 at the Arnold Classic Ohio. And what did we learn at this past Arnold Classic Ohio? The progress pictures and the updates, they do not always translate on the stage. I mean, pictures and the videos, they don't mean shit anyway. We have seen guys looking like they're gonna be Mr Olympia in the gym before the shows. But until they stand next to each other, under the same roof, under the same lighting, and in front of the same camera, you cannot really judge how are they gonna compare. All these pictures and videos, they are captured with only one thing in mind. That these are gonna be posted on social media. Yes, it is good for business. Yes, it is good to hype up the event. And yes, it is good for comparisons, they are always interesting. But you can't really judge what's gonna happen in those 30 minutes on the stage. Because all these progress pictures, these videos, they are taken with a certain angle, with the perfect lighting and the perfect form. Not to mention the perfect shot. Most of these guys only pose their strongest poses. They never pose their weak shots. And we all know Goodvito's weakest shot is his back double bicep. So, the development of his back, the extent of improvements in his back, that is going to determine on how he does against a guy like Rafael Brandao, not to mention against Carlos Thomas Jr. as well. I mean, we all saw what happened with Harsemdi aka Marcelo. And funny enough, I did mention it a week before the Arnold, that all this hype, but what if he doesn't deliver? What if he cannot hang these guys? And that is exactly what happened. So the result of that was all that hype that he was carrying. That just died down immediately. But he is back to the drawing board, focusing on coming even better next year. So coming back to Goodvito. Yes, he has an incredible set of legs. His V-taper is one of the best out there. And we have to keep in mind, he's being coached by one of the best bodybuilding gurus out there, Chris Cito, who is a legendary coach. He has trained so many gurus of the sport, and he actually made Mr Olympias in that process. So in that regard, Goodvito is definitely in good hands. The bodybuilding world has waited for this debut for a long time, so there will be no lack of effort by Goodvito in the preparation. With Rafael Brandao and Carlos Thomas Jr., this is gonna be a great lineup, there is no doubt. So expectations about how well Vito is gonna place should be realistic. Unlike Harsemdi again, who people had as high as top 3 at the Arnold, and that turned out to be a total disappointment. So do let me know what are your expectations from Goodvito. So this next update is from the reigning New York Pro champion, Tonio Burton. Can't you guys imagine the call out at the New York Pro? Tonio Burton, the reigning champion in the middle, and 2 of the biggest freaks in bodybuilding, Nick Walker and Rubiel Mosquera on the sides. Yes, I know Nick Walker is gonna be in the middle, but still, that is gonna make a great call out, and that is especially gonna make a great picture. So Tonio Burton does have a very solid argument here, that he stood against the likes of Michael Krizo, Regan Grimes, Hassan Mustafa, and he really held his own. In fact, he was able to beat Regan Grimes, who structurally is a much better bodybuilder, and a much superior bodybuilder than Tonio Burton. But still, Tonio Burton was able to beat him, and he placed ahead of him at the Olympia last year. In fact, he was actually beating Michael Krizo in a couple of shots, like the back double bicep and the back lat spread. So here at the New York Pro, again he is gonna stick to his strengths here. Tonio has such a complete physique, he really isn't missing anything. Although he has a smaller frame, especially in comparison to some of the other guys, especially Nick Walker. But the thing is, he really isn't missing anything. He has no weak shots, he has no weaknesses. Yes, he can definitely use more size. I mean, it is open bodybuilding we are talking about. But other than that, he is very complete. The back shots which usually held many IFB pros back. That isn't the case with Tonio Burton. He has one of the best backs out there, not just the upper back, but the lower half as well. He has those crazy striated glutes and hamstrings as well. He has incredible back development. So the recent front relax shot by him with a vacuum, that is just top notch. So Nick Walker is definitely gonna outmuscle and outmass him by quite some margin, I have to say. But will Tonio expose Nick Walker's shape on the stage? Because unlike Tonio Burton, Nick Walker does have a weak shot, like the front lat spread. So people in Tonio's camp must have advised him to have a backup plan, to have a plan B. So either compete in a show before the New York Pro, or a show after the New York Pro like California Pro or like Chicago Pro. Is your schedule just after New York Pro? Because the chances of him beating Nick Walker here, that are very slim. So he has to earn his Olympia qualification anyway. Why not do it when he is in shape? And I know we have already covered Nick Walker today, but his coach Matt Jensen just posted this 10 weeks out update. And he is looking really awesome here. There were some comments that, is he too lean too soon? Well, I have to tell you guys, this is really how he looks in the off-season. A tad bit more bigger and fuller, but he is always in shape throughout the year. But I do have to agree he has stayed extremely lean throughout this off-season. I mean, those glutes, the obliques at 10 weeks out. That is just silly. We know he's gonna be on, he has never been off. Conditioning-wise, he is gonna be absolutely superb. I don't think he's gonna miss his mark here either. But even if he does, even if he comes in less than 100% here, he's gonna win this show quite comfortably anyway. We saw the biggest upset at the Arnold Classic Ohio in Classic Physique division. But can we expect a similar upset at the Olympia this year? Can anyone stop the 5-time champion? Deny him that 6th Classic Physique title? Again, I'm gonna say the chances of that happening are very slim. So Chris Bumstead at his best is still ahead of everyone, even if they are at their peak form. All these guys still have to close a significant gap between themselves and Chris Bumstead. And I think seeing everyone at their top form, not just at the Arnold Classic, but in that training session that happened after this year's Arnold, that must have fired up Chris Bumstead even more to work even harder than before. So for the first time since the Olympia last year, he will spend some time at home, focusing just on bodybuilding, building up his off-season body, because he has been traveling non-stop since the Olympia last year. And while he was traveling, he wasn't eating a lot of food. And that is what he usually does in majority of the post-Olympia phases. He takes a break from bodybuilding to let his body recover and rest. So now that he's back home, now that he can again focus on bodybuilding, he's gonna focus on building up his metabolism again. And again, I have to say, this has been his story for the past few years. Every time he's traveling, which usually happens after the Olympia, people say he has lost focus, or his focus is mostly business. And then comes the Olympia time, and he just smashes the competition again. And we have to keep in mind for the past couple of years, he has been winning the Olympia with some injuries. So seeing him lift those 150s with a textbook form, that is truly exceptional. So according to Chris Bumstead himself, he has another 2 years left in him. Let's see whether he can retire undefeated. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.